country to Yarnick's Farm Market. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Denise Packer is back with us. And Denise, you and I were talking. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, I blame myself for that. I'm going to push that a little closer to you, like that. I hope I don't get it too close. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus and Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Parkinson's disease, Parkinson's syndrome. Those are two different conditions, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
It's essential tremor and Parkinson's. But
Yeah.
they are two different conditions.
You are afflicted with
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's.
Yes.
Okay. And there is a Parkinson's support group here in Indiana County, right here in Indiana. And you were telling me that it's growing because it's a problem that doesn't seem to be slowing down a bit, does it?
Well, 60,000 Americans are diagnosed every year with Parkinson's.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be a growing number too, Todd, because of our aging population.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's a lot of people. And it is prevalent here also in Indiana County.
Mm-hmm. Now, you were diagnosed how long ago?
It was 2016.
16. Mm-hmm. And so we think of it as a progressive condition. For you, have there been ways for you to slow down the progression?
You can slow down the progression with medication and exercise. Exercise is essential. Mm-hmm. You have to work out, and you have to really keep yourself in pretty good shape. And it is possible. We have facilities here in Indiana at the S&T Wellness Center. They have exercises specifically geared for Parkinson's.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a very rigid program. I mean, there's no sitting on your butt and waiting for it to go away because it just doesn't happen.
You got to work at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there is a Parkinson's support group.
Yes.
That meets. Now it meets at Saving Grace Church.
Yes. The last Thursday of every month, it's open to caregivers, people afflicted with Parkinson's, actually anybody. Mm-hmm. There is no charge. You do not need to pre-schedule, but it is the last Thursday of every month at Saving Grace Church.
Now, what happens at these meetings?
Basically, we just have an open discussion or we have a speaker. But that's where you find out what's available to people with Parkinson's. Mm-hmm. By joining the group, I found out about the DBS surgery, it's deep brain stimulation surgery, which I had in January.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and it actually, I had it in Pittsburgh, and it is a surgery that they implant, like I have a kind of a battery pack, but I had electrodes placed down in my brain. I had to be awake during the surgery so they could talk to me and give me simple commands. Mm-hmm. But this actually emits stimuli that interferes with the Parkinson's symptoms. Uh-huh. So, it's right now it's the best that you can kind of do, but it's a very fairly relatively new procedure in the last 20 years, and they've kind of perfected it.
And you actually found out about it at the support group?
Absolutely. You find out about new medications. You find out just so many things.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would guess, and you can tell me if this is true or not, that people who have a condition related to Parkinson's also share what is working for them in terms of their exercise program, their diet, the various things. Is that true?
That's true. And, I was very reluctant to go to a support group meeting. I was afraid that I would see myself in the future.
Oh, yeah.
And I was very concerned about that. But, I decided that, I need to go. I need to go and find out what's happening. And it's the best thing I ever did. Mm-hmm. Like you said, you can have an open discussion. You can find out what's working for other people, what's working for other caregivers. And it's just a great group of people. I have such great people in our group. It's a very welcoming group. It's a great thing to have in Indiana County.
I'm sure that when you have speakers in, they're bringing you the latest research as well, correct?
Yes, we do. Yeah. Yes, we do. In fact, that's where, like I said, we found out about the deep brain stimulation, and you can ask questions actually to the sales reps that have the the devices. And you can get firsthand information from them. It's very important.
Now, the program at the S&T Wellness Center, how does one get involved with it?
You basically call the S&T Wellness Center to set up an appointment, and I believe you have to have a prescription from your physician to do
The
this.
doctor's referral
Yes.
to get that.
But Steve Wentz is the person that you want to speak to. Both of his parents actually had Parkinson's.
Oh, yeah.
So he geared his program towards Parkinson's patients, and he's kind of, he pushes you, but
Yeah.
that's what you need.
Yeah. Is he an exercise physiologist? Is that what he does?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm just going to give out the number. And if this is the wrong number, they'll tell you the right number. But the Wellness Center, I believe it's 357-8088 is the number there at the S&T Wellness Center. And that would be a good place to start. As this has gone on for you, I'm sure you having been afflicted with it for all these many years, that there are times when it seems overwhelming, but then you have those hopeful times as well. Would I be correct in putting it that way?
Yes. Time is not our friend. As time progresses, there is no cure, and symptoms sometimes become worse, and it can be very discouraging. But when you're surrounded by people that are optimistic and that are working hard to stay functionable, it does a lot. It's a great support system.
Parkinson's as a condition, generally we think of it as being something that when you get older in life, you are more likely to have it. That's probably a correct statement, but that doesn't mean that exclusively Parkinson's happens only to folks who are in their 70s or 80s. It can strike people much younger.
Now look at Michael J. Fox. And Michael J. Fox has brought a lot of awareness to Parkinson's. What they call is young onset, and it is people in their, as young as their 40s, some in their 30s. So generally, it does hit an older population, but it does hit younger people also.
Yeah, yeah. People might also have the idea that when you have Parkinson's, you somehow lose the ability to think and reason. But mentally, well, tell me about you. Have you noticed that you are sharper or not as sharp? Or...
Ask my husband.
Let's get him in here.
Well, I think we generally, as a population, we do lose some of our cognitive abilities as we age.
Yeah.
Whether or not you have Parkinson's. So, I could attribute it to Parkinson's, but I try to do some reading. I try to do a lot of things to keep my brain sharp.
Yeah.
And I think I search for words. I noticed that, but overall, I think I'm doing fairly well.
Yeah, I think it's probably a perception thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
When we see somebody who is struggling physically, we might consider that somehow there's a diminishment of other capabilities, and that's not necessarily the case at all.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No.
Parkinson's Support Group, again, it is the fourth Thursday of each month.
The last Thursday of each month.
The last Thursday of each month at the Saving Grace Church. Do people need to call?
No. They are welcome. Any caregivers, anybody, any family members. Basically, it's open to anybody that has an interest in Parkinson's or is afflicted with Parkinson's.
I would guess, and I'm doing a lot of guessing during our conversation this morning, but I'm guessing that for those who are caregivers for those who are afflicted with Parkinson's, this is a really valuable thing for them.
Yes. We recently had part of our meetings dedicated just to the caregivers. And caregivers are our lifeline. So, yes, they're a very important part of the equation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Denise, it is good to catch up with you again, to remind folks about the Parkinson's Support Group and how vital it is and how important it is for everybody. And we appreciate you coming by the visit with us today.
Thank you for having me, Todd. I appreciate it.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. We're just about a minute and a half away from Fox News at the top of the hour. And then Jake back with us from the newsroom.
I am a father.
I am a mentor.
I am a wife.
I am an artist.
I am a husband.
I am a friend.
I am a sports fan.
I am your neighbor.
I am a member of your church.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am a police officer.
Support your local law enforcement officials. Sponsored by the Pennsylvania Fraternal Order of Police. Visit partnersinpublicsafety.com.
Attention food lovers and supporters of local farmers. Mark your calendars for the Indiana County Farmers Market. June to October every Saturday 9 to noon behind the S&T building on 8th Street. Explore locally produced vegetables, fruits, farm fresh meats, eggs, baked goods, and more. Straight from the heart of Indiana. Returning this year is the matching program. Shoppers using EBT, also known as SNAP, can stretch their dollars further and take home even more fresh food for free. Come to the Farmers Market, make a difference, and support local farmers.
It's always something.
You wouldn't take a long drive without checking the oil, gas, fluids, and tires. Maybe you should check your auto insurance, too.
Fill her up? No, just check the deductible.
Talk to your independent agent. We're driven to get you the best rate. William G. Meckling Insurance Agency, Indiana, PA. It's always something.
It's always something.
101.1 FM and AM 1160 WCCS, Homer City, Clarksburg.
WCCS.
The Pope joins world leaders. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and Pope Francis is the first one ever at a G7